setting up to go to the very first race. Yay. I'm sending it to you and your followers.
Oh, I haven't even started a video yet.
Yeah, I know. I figured I'd start it out for you.
Been busting ass all day. Leaving late as usual. All right, let's go back.
Okay, so there's an Armenian tradition where when someone is like driving far away or they're about to like go on a journey or whatever, you throw water as they leave, and it's supposed to clean all the bad and set them up for the good. Bye!
All right, guys, welcome to Cherezian Racing. We're here at the track, Placerville Speedway. You guys just saw Olivia throw in the water, doing the Armenian tradition and throwing away any evil spirits. We came up actually last night and stayed with my buddy Johnny, who's not here yet, but he's gonna be pitting right here next to us. He lives about an hour from the track. And so we just got here. We opted to go the mountain route, which is about a bunch of ups and downs. I don't know how many feet of elevation we're climbing and declining, but it was pretty rough on this little 1500. This 4060 is not too happy. It's not slipping yet, but I don't know. I don't think we're gonna do that one again. Anyways, we strapped the car down a little bit differently this time on the open trailer. We actually went to the chassis, because normally we go around the wheels here, but went to the chassis and pulled it down, and it tows a lot better, and we're not bouncing our shocks the whole way. So I got to do a little bit of welding on the right front to get a body brace back on, and Dad is over looking for a hat because it's hot. I don't know what happened. We went from winter to summer here in California. So he's over looking for a hat. Eric's looking at the track, and Olivia couldn't make it because she has work. So we'll see Johnny and Pam here real quick, and excited to get back on the track. Also, a massive thank you to Jason Poppert. Thank you, Jason. Jason hooked us up with 7 Dirt Boss tires that just have hardly any use on them. So he met us on the way up here. He's a local here at Placerville, runs a pure stock and a hobby stock. He's gonna do the hobby stock tour this year in California. 87 is his number. I'll post a picture of his car right now. So if you guys see him, tell him thank you again for us. Got a lot of new rubber here, and some tires look like they're gonna hook up real good in the muddy stuff. He already grooved a bunch of them, so huge thank you to Jason. That was Logan. We remember Logan. All right, guys. Johnny and Pam are here. They made it.
I'm eating lunch.
She's eating lunch.
Yeah.
Johnny's here with his open trailer.
Yeah.
Let us stay at his house last night. Thank you, guys.
Yeah.
And it's about 90 degrees, it feels like, right now.
74.
Mm-hmm.
Hot.
Yeah, so I'm about to weld right now. As you can see, I got to weld on one brace. And luckily, we hooked up to the little outlet right there, so don't got to fire up any generators or anything, because this is Johnny's home track. And he told us about all the secrets here. So he said, right here, there's an outlet, plug right in.
Yeah, cool.
All right, well, I'm gonna get to welding.
Not a lot, just some, but...
Well, look at the cat drug in.
Yeah, look at that.
Hi!
Camera goes back.
And it's about to
So Ryan decided to start a new dirt track racing, but with motocross.
Yeah.
He's doing a scenic drive on my motor scooter.
Yeah.
We'll see if he has enough juice to get back.
To get back, I know.
That's more juice than I thought it had.
Juice it up and put a couple more batteries
There
in
you go, yeah.
Yeah, see?
Soup it up for me.
Make that thing do 40 miles an hour.
Waving at everybody.
He
Hey.
almost fell right there.
You waving to all the fans in the crowd?
You're almost out.
It says empty.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you look like you're running out of juice.
I couldn't even go up that hill right there. I've got 19 cars. That is so loud.
Oh my god, is that what he did? He went to go count the cars. Going mud packing.
You didn't hear me when I said
I
right?
didn't hear anything actually.
For hot laps. The track is really muddy, and if you guys watched the last video of us scaling the car and I told you we had to add 100 pounds per the rule book, well, if you check the rule book today, it still says we have to weigh 3,100 pounds, but the officials just said, oh, we took that rule off, so now you guys can go back down to 3,000. After I already added all the lead on, after I scaled the car up and stuff, so I'm not going to go pull 100 pounds of lead off right now because I have no idea what it's going to do to my numbers. And when I was out there, I didn't have a whole lot of rear bite anyways. I wasn't getting a lot of forward drive, so I'm gonna leave the lead on, be a little bit heavy, and we'll see what the track does, and hopefully it comes around to our favor and dries out a little bit. So I'm just gonna scrape the mud off, or I say I. She and Eric are scraping the mud off.
He's actually doing it.
Yeah, a little muddy back here.
The officials just said the radio problems is on their end.
Well, Johnny said that they only said 2 words, so we got the radio working finally.
But look at this dirt, or
yeah,
this mud.
This is like a, it's kind of like a orangish clay looking.
Yeah.
It's different than any other kind of dirt we race on in California. It's really nice, I like it. You take it off here on the
It's like
back,
a mud
and it
mask.
doesn't leave any residue or anything. It just comes right off. Pretty cool stuff.
Okay. So, how are you feeling about today?
It's going all right. Track is not in our favor right now, and I don't know if he told you guys yet, but we added a ton of weight to the car because they changed the tire rule for this year, and we found out last night that they changed it back.
Yeah.
So now we're 100 pounds overweight,
Yep.
and somehow we're still lacking drive off, even though we have a pretty high rear percentage. And yeah, he's been making some adjustments, scraped all the mud, we're re-baby oiling the car.
So we'll
Go
see.
out there, start dead last in heat 3.
Oh no!
good finish or hope for a good redraw.
Yay! Okay. What are you doing?
I am messing around with the carburetor, just stumbling still in the corner. I'm going to change a power valve and some jets. And I put this this guy over here, drawing a blank right now. Richard is his first name. He told me to put this hose on here, and that'll prevent any fuel from boiling over. Like in the corners and stuff, sloshing around, opened up on top here. So, Richard Vanderplug, thank you for that idea. Hopefully that works.
Thank you.
And then Eric, he removed the J-bar a little bit before the heat race to get a little more side bite, and it worked really good, but it worked too good. And we're pushing up the exits of the track on turns 2 and 4. So we're trying to loosen up a little bit. Eric just put some rounds in the right rear to free it up a little bit, and hopefully this fixes our carburetor issue that we've been having.
Nice.
Watch yourself, Johnny. right, guys, it's Thursday, and it's taken me a while to come to this conclusion video because I just been real down about the racing, and I have my wedding coming up in 3 weeks from now, so I'm really having to kind of start focusing in on that. So needless to say, we won't be racing at all in May. This is probably the last. I know we just got back on the track, right? And you guys finally got some racing content, but I probably won't be racing at all in May. So with that being said, the weekend was a lot of fun besides the racing. I love Placerville Speedway. It's a fun little track. I like the dirt on the track. I like the configuration. It's fun to race on. The problem is, and I've said it before, is I am not a setup guy. And I feel like as soon as we got to the track, everything we did to the car went the opposite direction we needed to go, and the car just got worse and worse. So kind of to sum it up a little bit, I you know, was real free, and not a whole lot of drive in the hot lap session. So we moved the J-bar over. We shifted the rear end left in the car probably at least a ½ an inch. I mean, maybe even more than that, because we went from a right rear spring that was kind of cocked to a straight up spring. So I don't know, it's probably close to the 1 inch side. We moved it over, and that made the car have a whole lot more side bite and bite coming off the corner. But the problem was when it would bite and then try to shoot the car off the track. So we ended up, we also had that real bad carburetor problem in the heat race too. Still, it's just horrible. I get back on the gas and I'm loading up the motor, and it just starts misfiring and running like garbage, and it finally clears out for the straightaway. But it's just, I'm losing all kinds of speed there. So the car is way too tight in the heat race, and so we tried to make another adjustment before the main to free the car up a little bit. We put it around in the right rear, and I think that's the opposite direction we should have gone. And then we tried, I made a different, I put a different power valve in the primaries, and then I put a power valve plug in the rear, and changed some jets around. And I don't know if we made it worse or it stayed the same, but it still was garbage. So the main, everybody's telling me, oh, you looked really fast and stuff, but guys, the car was undrivable. Even on the starts, I couldn't even turn the car on the starts, you know, before we were up to speed. I had to either jam the brake or smack the throttle to get some tire spin to get the car to rotate to get out of the corner in turn 1, or I guess turn 4 on a restart. So just was undrivable. And when the car was pointed straight, it went straight and it hooked up good, but you better make sure that you back that thing in to the corner at the right angle with the brakes, because you were not using the steering wheel at all. So it was just a handful, and I got really discouraged on just the driving, and the people that are in my class trying to win the race in the first lap. Everybody's just smacking each other's bumper and just wadding it up. It was just discouraging. The track didn't have their receivers working, so we had no communication with the track at all in our ears, and it was just an absolute disaster. It was a mess. My car obviously got caught up in a lot of those wrecks, but I wasn't going to the front anyways. I maybe had I don't know, a 6th place car, maybe. But anyways, you guys didn't see the majority of the damage. The majority of the damage happened in turn 3, where that mountain was. It was kind of hard for you guys to see down, but I was right on the top, and I was passing the guy who was on the bottom coming out of turn 2. Well, he decided he's going to move all the way from the bottom of turn 2 to the top of turn 3, and there was no lane up there. And by the time he hit me, we were neck and neck. I even had a nose on him, but his right front smacked my left front so hard, it broke the upper control arm, broke the shock, and who knows what else. The rim got busted, and after that, the car was just bottoming out the frame. It was bouncing all over the place, and it finally snapped off the air cleaner stud, and I just pulled off. So I've been discouraged. The car is all tore up. I got to replace both the front bumpers. The nose is all tore up too. And obviously some body panels and rims and stuff like that, mechanical stuff. And the problem was I was trying to sell this car, and it looked really good, and now it looks like a wad of tinfoil. So I've just been real discouraged. But I'm gonna have to repair it and get it fixed up, and I don't know when I'm gonna race it next, but I will let you guys know when that's gonna happen and all that. So overall, just a rough weekend, and I'm kind of discouraged with the class a little bit too, because everybody's gone to the 11-inch tires, and that's a huge advantage over the 8 inches, especially when you can weigh 100 pounds less. So the class is getting out of hand with prices. If I was to go ahead and go that direction and I wanted to put 11-inch tires on my car, they're $250 a piece. So you need at least 2 sets, right? So you're talking $2,000 just some tires, and then you got to get some 10-inch rims and some beadlock 10-inch rims. So we're talking probably $3,000 just to convert over. So they're kind of pricing the small guys out of this class. You know, a lot of these guys are running, it's basically an open motor rule. So I guarantee there's people out there with 700 plus horsepower, big cubic inch small blocks Chevys, 434s and stuff, unlimited compression, 4-barrel alcohol carburetor. It's getting out of hand. And now they can put the power down with the big tires, it's getting real hard for a budget team like us to stay competitive. But you know, the rules, if they can pinpoint the rules a little better and we don't have to put 100 pounds in the car to make it legal and then find out that it's no longer a rule anymore, if they can kind of stop doing that shit, you know, I won't be as discouraged, I guess. But it's just, overall the weekend was bad, and I'm sorry about this rant, but I just figured I had to let you guys know how I'm feeling here. But anyways, I just want to thank everybody who gets us to the track, all the sponsors, everybody who helps out, people that are watching on YouTube like you guys who decided just to help us out, you know, like Jason Popper with all those nice tires, and then some people that are helping me out, you know, with setup help like Richard and Antonio. I appreciate it all, guys. So remember, if it's bent, it ain't broken, and God bless.